Okay, and the patch notes for the global and NASers are finally here. A lot of content. It may be a little bit less than we expected, but it's a big update nonetheless. So let's go through all of the updates really quickly and see what's new. So the first thing is the world boss, Solarian, is finally here. You can battle it with your summoner and 15 monsters, so you will need to build quite a few units if you want to get those high ranks, but even if you don't build all of them, trust me, you will be able to reach a couple of million with just a few units in your team. Most important part is of course the strategy, and I'll try to cover some strategies for this one once I get the hang of it, so stay tuned if you're interested in that. But for this one, the season essentially closes on Thursday night, so usually it will happen during maintenance, which is kind of good because differently from the arena, there is like no downtime at all when it goes on maintenance, right? So yeah, and the main rewards, so first of all there will be several rewards. There will be rank rewards, so these are whichever placement you get in your server, and also there will be best score rewards, so these ones are sort of, it doesn't matter what placement you get in the rank, as long as you get the rank you get these rewards. So at SSS tier you get a hero grade artifact, artifact essences, and these coins which will be used in the new shop. And yeah, once you start with the S rank you do get hero grade artifacts, so essentially this will be your main goal to get. Whether you get 2SS, 3SS, it's really just a small difference. The main thing you want to get is those hero grade artifacts. And I know this was a confusing part when I tested it out in Korea. So the buffs that you can get, you will be able to choose 4 buffs for each team, and you can only use each buff once. You cannot use the same buff. So one of them will be granting defense up. This will be an actual buff whenever you get attacked by an enemy. So this will go on potentially your tankiest team, maybe a team that scales with defense when it comes to healing, like Ophelia or Ariel. Second one will be damage dealt up, and this is a buff as well. So you get damage dealt up whenever a team member excluding you gets attacked. So for this one, the main strategy will be basically placing one unit in the front line, and that unit should be not a damage unit preferably. He will be getting hit, and the rest of your backline will be getting damage dealt up buffs, so you can maximize on the damage. Third one is damage up based on ally beneficial effects. This one is not a buff, it's just a straight up a damage boost. So still unsure what the boost is. I tried to test it out, but it's just very difficult to see the exact stats. And fourth one is bonus damage with a certain chance when removing a beneficial effect. So strippers will benefit from this mostly. So units like Espino, who can do damage and strip and also give extra damage himself based on stripping, will be pretty decent with this one. Then the seal dungeon is being turned into a raid. You can now refresh it 99 times instead of 2, and it should drop 6-star gears. However, do make sure before you start farming, at least that was the case in Korea. But yeah, a seal will be needed for the mythic weapons. It should drop the new amplification stone or whatever it's called. So before you start farming, if you only intend to use a seal for the mythic weapons, make sure that the drop is there. It will look like a little pink or purple gem at the end of the reward box. If it's not there, you may want to wait for the mythic weapon update to drop before farming that, but if it is there, it is a decent chance to prep early on. And a complete rework of Trial of Ascension. So first of all, normal stages will only be 100 floors, but do not worry, the rewards were buffed accordingly. And hard mode is now turning into 20 floors only, and this one will be a bit difficult. There is a condition to clear each stage every rotation, and I believe that will change every rotation as well. For the first rotation, Korea had the ability to only use fire units in each stage, so yeah, it was a little bit difficult, especially climbing into the later ranks, but I believe you will be able to do it. And now the special room, you will be getting way less entries for this. So Previously, if you completed normal and hard modes level 200 each, you would be getting 40 of these entries. Now, once you complete the normal mode, the 100 floors of the normal mode, you only get 5 entries. However, as you can see here, the rewards have been boosted by 8 times. And yes, I've tested it out in Korea, and the rewards you get are definitely decent. From the 5 runs I did, I got like 4 legendary scrolls, a bunch of mystical pieces. They significantly buffed the 5-star monster pieces drop rate as well. I think from 5 runs I got like 18 random 5-star mystical pieces, so trust me, it's a pretty good update there. And on top of that, not only is ToA Rework, but there will also be ranking in ToA. So previously ranking was done based on the stage basis, so each stage had its separate ranking. Now, for the hard mode, it essentially takes the total time it took you to complete all 20 stages, and based on that time, you will be getting additional rewards as well. Symbols are getting updated. These symbols are the little stones that you equip on your summoner once you're level 70. Previously, these only had the regular and the magic, basically the green tier. Now they have been updated all the way up to legendary. So hero raids, not raids, hero tier and legend tier symbols will be the highest ones, and you can craft these by combining them similar to artifacts. However, do not worry, the combination rates are way better compared to artifacts. I believe for the legendary one, artifacts don't even have the legend one, but for the rare one, like green to rare, green to blue tier, it's 100%. Blue to purple is 75%, and purple to legendary tier is 50% chance. Then Arena is getting some changes, so mainly there is the new practice battle that is being added. This is essentially you battling against NPCs, and the reward you get is crystals and battle arena points. The battle arena points which are used for the battle pass. Now keep in mind that it seems like you do not get any points for the arena shop from this, and this was later changed in Korea, so I don't know why they're giving us an old version of this, especially when they changed it so fast. But yeah, you will be getting crystals and battle pass points, and the crystals you get there are not worth it at all. I think the hardest battle gave like 6 crystals, so in no way is this a feature worth using until they change it back to the upgraded version in Korea. But yeah, not sure what they were thinking here, giving us the worse and the inferior version of this content. Now, probably the worst part of the update, the monster story. The 5-star water beast rider monster story part 1 will be added, so there are a total of 12 parts and you can only complete the first 6 for now. And this one will be unlocked later on once the beast riders are released. Now, however, do not get tricked, because this does not mean you are getting a 5-star water beast rider. Monster Story Part 2 will be added along with the Beast Rider update, and you can only proceed to Part 2 after getting the 5-star monster Beast Rider. So shame on you, come to us for making a monster story where you don't even get the monster. Horrible update on that part. So yeah, hopefully you make up your mind and change it for the better. I mean, monster story, you only grant a few monsters there, and most of the time they're not that amazing. So yeah, I don't know what they were thinking about this. It just sort of feels like cucking your players, especially with the player base slowly getting more annoyed. But yeah, there's that, I guess. There are a lot of changes to guild siege battle, but these again are mostly needed for like leaders and stuff, so I won't delve too deep into this. So the rank reset points have been adjusted a bit. There's like an easier way to see defenses and offenses now, whether you got attacked, whether you didn't get attacked, all of that. So yeah, a few changes there. Now, if you do want to test out the damage you want for raids, for example, or with your party, there is a new training dummy in town. Unfortunately, if you are in a dungeon party, for example, all of you must be from the same guild, otherwise you will not be able to hit the same training dummy. But yeah, it's a decent way to practice. From what I've seen, the HP on that training dummy is a bit low, so The whole guild hitting it may be a bit problematic, but nonetheless it is a decent start of a great feature. And now a few miscellaneous changes. So first of all, quests, so mainly the 8-day exploration quests, can now be skipped using crystals as well. So for the main part, the regular regions are not an issue because those are full auto, but the Caslan 8-day exploration was the most difficult in my opinion. There's a lot of quests that require a lot of dungeon entries, like 15 Farah kills, like 40 seal battles, all of that. And this all can be now skipped. I think it's split into like 4 or 5 parts, and skipping each part costs 400 crystals, so this is definitely worth it in my book. 2000 crystals for skipping like everything in that quest is a godsend, so yeah, make sure to make use of that. A few changes to gathering and mining for free-to-play players. So first of all, you will be able to get an additional 1000 mining attempts per day, and you can get 200 for each advertisement you watch in game. So this will be similar to how you acquire mileage points. As long as you watch ads, you will be able to get a few mining entries in. And also you can set the quantity of how much you want to mine each resource once you start gathering. And finally, yes, my friends, you will be getting more rune space. So rune space will be split into equipped and unequipped. Equipped ones will be essentially all runes that are currently on your units, so that does become a way to store more runes in there. And the unequipped one will have a separate storage of up to 1000 depending on what upgrade you currently have to your rune storage, and it will have a separate tab, essentially allowing you to store up to 2000 runes in your inventory at once. And a little bit of a teaser for the Illusion Garden. So the next week, whenever it comes around, October 9th, the 4-star Light Cowgirl will be available, and probably this will be one of the best Illusion Gardens that we've had, especially since 4-star Light Cowgirl is very meta in 4-star guild siege defenses, so that will be another problematic unit that all of us will have to deal with. And for all my costume enjoyers, transmogs will be added. So the 5-star Sky Dancers, the 5-star Paladins, which do not look like Paladins at all, and the 5-star Magic Knights will be added. The first two are only available from the shop, but the Magic Knight is actually available from both Arena and Brawl. I believe the first regular 3 elements are from Challenge Arena shop, and the light and dark ones are from the Brawl, so you can get those Lynette transmogs for whoever has a Lynette from there. Okay, and just a few more changes. I told you the update is quite packed. So first of all, monster presets are a thing. You can now add several presets for monsters, which will allow you to select certain monsters, and you can basically switch through the different preset windows like that, allowing you to quickly swap units that you have determined. For example, one window for PvE or something, one window for PvP, all of that. So it basically allows you to quickly swap your units without searching for them in the whole monster box. Now for dungeons, Sunken Ruins and Path of Oblivion will have a save point. A save point is essentially the same like a save point you have in Path of Growth and Path of Adventure, Subjugation, all of that. Basically, you no longer need to go through all of the waves, and you will only need to fight the boss. So Sunken Ruins, of course, is the one with a very long tunnel by fighting monsters, and Path of Oblivion is the limited rate during weekends. Unfortunately, we do not have a fast pace skip for the other subjugation, not subjugation, what's it called? I think it's subjugation. I forgot, sorry. But yeah, the other one where you fight 3 waves and the boss comes out in like a circle arena is unfortunately not there, it looks like. So for those, you may still need to use quick battle tickets. And now, some very happy and some very sad news for some. Battlefield. Sunset Island is being completely removed. If you don't know which Sunset Island is, it's basically the one where 2 big monsters fight in the middle, and you have to take control of the towers as well as the little structures on the sides. It seems like the developers did not feel like this is a good Battlefield mode, which as much fun as it was, I have to kinda agree. I mean, the system was very imbalanced. The best strategy of just sitting in the base usually was a complete winner over anything else you could do. So yeah, we'll see what they bring out, as they clearly say new battlefield will be introduced in the future, but Sunset Island for now seems to be going away, and it's going away permanently. And yeah, the last change I want to mention is that guild names can now be changed once per month, and you can use crystals to change it. So for the leaders who are interested in that, feel free to modify your guild to whatever. The rest of the changes are just mostly concerning the UI, so like the equipment gem and succession being moved to the inventory, artifacts not having various pop-ups, all of that, very miscellaneous changes. And yeah, that pretty much concludes the update. It is a big one. It's a bit unfortunate that we didn't get mythic weapons together with it, especially since Korea did get mythic weapons together with the seal changes. But yeah, it's still a big one. We still have a lot of content like Bull Boss, new Siege, new ToA to go through, and hopefully mythic weapons, well, not hopefully, but they will be introduced in probably around 2 weeks, which will be the 20th of October, because they did plan mythic weapons for October, and the next October patch will be the only October patch in this month. So yeah, that's about it, and peace.